Big project for today. We got a budget of 6.5k
Yes.
RM, which is about, I don't know how many USD.
Probably 1.76 something.
It's quite a good budget for a mid-range to high-end kind of range of PC. So within that budget, we have to build a PC, excluding the monitor, keyboard, mouse, blah blah blah, all of those. So we
Fully functional system with that budget.
we got all of these. So you picked all these parts. Tell me why.
Okay, so with that amount of budget, right, we can actually build a reasonable PC that can give you good experience for gaming, especially during this time where all the graphics card price started to become reasonable again. And which is why we picked a 3070
Okay,
instead of 3060.
this is 3070, not Ti.
No,
Okay,
that will cost a lot more.
okay, I guess it's still new. Tell me about your processor choice.
Okay, so the reason why we're going with this processor is an i5-12400F.
Oh, F version.
Yes.
So I guess the reason is because you don't need internal graphics.
And we don't need to do any complex content creation work with this PC.
Okay, so no need for quick sync as well.
Yes, so this fits the budget pretty well.
And then you can spend more on that budget for 3070.
Yes.
Good choice. Then motherboard.
Okay, so for this motherboard, it's a B660MA Wi-Fi from MSI. The reason we're going with this, obviously, built-in Wi-Fi. You get more space for one of the expansion slot. And of course, it's affordable.
Affordable.
That's B660 for you. It's a lot more affordable than Z690 because you don't need to do a lot of, you won't even need to do any overclocking on this. It's just a purely plug and play system for games.
Okay, and then I think it also fits the budget, so why not, right? The purpose,
Yes.
I mean. So cooler, I guess this is enough for a Core i5. Okay, what about the power supply? Because I see this is a rather interesting choice. I also realize this is 750 watts.
Yes, although I know that a 650 is kind of enough for a 3070, but just to be safe, because it's stated on the website, official specs recommended is around 750. And of course, maybe in the future, the user might upgrade to something else, slightly higher, or they want to add extra stuff. It will be sufficient for them for the time.
Okay,
And of course, Superflower itself is a very reliable brand when it comes to power supply. So this is one of the reasons why it's picked.
so for SSD and RAM, I guess there's really nothing much to talk about. It's mostly just fitting the budget. Yeah, oh, this is also a DDR4
Yes.
motherboard. So explain, because I see you supporting DDR4 more than DDR5 on the latest chips.
Okay, here's one thing. It's not that I'm totally supporting DDR4 for
Okay,
the
maybe
newer gen.
supporting is not the right word.
I'm recommending for people with limited budget. Because DDR5, I myself, I don't even use DDR5. It's only for the test bench. DDR5, well, it will give you that performance boost in a way, but for most of the users, it's about the price.
For the case, we're gonna use this Masterbox TD500.
Yes, it's a very reasonable case for its range.
Yeah, and then we also have one lying around. Yeah, cases is mostly something that if it works, then it works. And also, yeah, we take a look at this case like 2 years, 3 years ago. So I try to link it up at the top right corner there if I can.
You can see what this case is all about.
Yeah,
and why it's
think-
still relevant even until today.
Oh, cases, they don't age. So I think we can start the build now.
Okay, let's progress with the build.
Okay, let's go. A quick interjection from the editor here. We got most of our hardware from Rackstack, which is located in Bandar Kinrara, Selangor. And if you are within Malaysia, you can actually hit them up on Facebook, and then you can get all your hardware from them because they ship nationwide, including East and West Malaysia as well. And the boss of this place is also a friend of ours, and he is very kind enough to help us pack everything beforehand. So we just drop by, pay up, and then we get our hardware real quick. And of course, you can also drop by and test out the VR headset and whatnot because they have all of those hardware as well. So yeah, thanks to Rexec, we can get our hardware really quickly. And also, this video is not sponsored by them. I just want to quickly shout them out because their service is really good. Build is done. Took us like 3 hours.
Roughly around there.
Actually considered quite fast since we did encounter quite a few problems, but we shall turn it on first.
Okay, it will turn on.
Did it turn on? Okay, yeah, it did. Yes. Then now we should peel off the plastic.
Green light if you can see.
Just peel off the plastic.
Okay. It's always the best to do.
ASMR static. Okay, so this build is actually quite fast in terms of building speed, but we did encounter one big issue, which is the cooler. Yes. It doesn't officially support LGA 1700.
We kind of picked the cooler to fit the budget, but yeah, and before we install, I realized the socket is not listed on the box.
So there's one problem that we encountered.
We got panicked a bit.
It turns out the backplate did fit, but it takes a bit.
The most important part is that it is touching the IHS of the CPU.
Yes, so you need enough pressure to press on the IHS.
So that's a good sign.
Thermal paste should spread out. Yeah, correct. Okay, so we changed the fan. Oh yeah. It took a while. Yeah, we changed the fan as well because this case fan that was included, 3 of them actually are RGB.
The old RGB, and because the motherboard has ARGB support, so we just took the liberty to just switch it to an ARGB fan. And of course, it's better for cable management as well.
Correct, we don't have to deal with one set of cables.
Because the existing cables that come with it, it's somewhere behind the camera. It's big and messy, so we don't want that in the case.
Yeah, I'll show you some B-rolls of the cable management. It's surprisingly good. We can close the back panel easily.
Without any resistance.
Yeah, better than my own build. A few things to take note is this case is like a few years old already in terms of design. That is why we can still see not airflow kind of front panel here. It's all covered in acrylic. Only these 2 sides here are open. Then this side here is acrylic. That is because of the price consciousness. Other than that, Nothing really major to highlight. Oh, no Type-C on the case.
That's one thing to take note of. So if you really need that Type-C, maybe you can consider going for some other options.
Yeah, some newer cases, they should have Type-C. But this one still comes with double 3.0 Type-A, which I think is still okay.
Fair enough.
Yep, so in total, this costs us like 6,500-ish.
Around that, it actually exceed if you want to include the sudden upgrade we included.
Yeah, but other than that, I think it's pretty okay. Pretty much within budget. Just if you're gonna build this system, be careful of the cooler. Make sure to check for compatibility.
Yes.
And other than that, it's okay. This is a very good build.
And it turns out really well because components color scheme is nearly matching.
Yes, the motherboard.
I'm very surprised of that.
And the RAM, super good. Is the RGB? Oh, the RAM finally lit up.
It looks like matte finish, but actually the RGB light shines through. So that's really one of the surprising factor for the Entech Katana.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clean. Very clean in terms of cable management.
Okay, one more thing is that if you're trying to build a system with a PSU that comes with RGB lightings, especially the fans, well, it's not really something that you can see depending on the choice of your case, because most of the budget conscious case, it doesn't have that kind of, cutout or design that specifically highlight the RGB power supply.
Yeah, so this one is just one shroud covering everything, so you
can still see the lights from the back.
That's it, that's the entire build. Hope you like this video. It's a rather YOLO one actually.
Yes, it's actually quite YOLO, but turns out really well. So
yeah,
I'm quite happy with it.
Very happy with it. So do like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and then do keep note of what we said in this video in terms of compatibility and whatnot. And if you have any questions, you can always ask us in the comments section.
And of course, if you have your own specs list to recommend for this price range, 6,500 ringgit,
yeah,
you can let us know in the comment down below as well.
That would be interesting to see what kind of choices you guys make. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.